Honestly, comma. Think he's being honest there? Honestly? So what is their motive in all of this? Well, they're terrified of losing viewers, and that means losing money and power and status and position. You know, in some ways, and this stuff was so remarkable to me, I almost came crawling back to the studio to do it. In some ways, the most revealing part of this story is the sheer, abject patheticness of these people. Their cowardice, their groveling fear. A groveling fear that means they will do anything at all to keep their audience, to keep the money coming, to keep the power and prestige coming. Rupert Murdoch made it extremely clear when he explained why Fox continues to give a platform to Mike Lindell. That's the pillow dude, the election conspiracy theorist who founded the pillow company that still advertises all over the network. Quote, "It's not red or blue, it is green. Mike Lindell's money is worth more to Fox than the truth." On the evening of the insurrection, in a text to his producer, Tucker Carlson laid bare the other core fear at Fox. He wrote that Donald Trump is, quote, "a demonic force, a destroyer, but he's not going to destroy us." Now, a little context here. Important to remember who Tucker Carlson is. While he comes from an almost comically privileged background, he has washed out at multiple networks, had his show canceled, had to go back to doing weekend mornings on Fox. That was tough. He is clearly terrified of failing yet again, of washing out the third cable network, and apparently willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that doesn't happen. And we see this deeply pathetic fear when Mr. Brave Voice of the Everyman, stick it to the woke establishment, is arguing for the firing of his junior colleague, the reporter who fact-checked a Donald Trump tweet. And what is Tucker really worried about? Quote, "The stock price is down." Not a joke. Oh, the stock price. Mr. Brave Populist, Mr. Scourge of the establishment. I'll tell you something right now. I swear that I have never, ever in my entire life given a single second's thought to the Comcast stock price. And sure as hell have never sent a text about it or demanded the firing of a colleague because the truth they were spewing might lower that stock price. My God, how craven can you get? I can only speak for myself, but that's not why I do this. Not for the stock price. But as these filings make very clear, that is why Fox does what they do. And all these new details prove the people at Fox are following one of the most reliable recipes for truly destructive, dangerous, cruel behavior. And it's this. They've got a lot of power, but they're terrified of losing it. They think it might all go away. Their status is under threat. In fact, that's kind of the core of the reactionary mind to begin with. Now, while Fox has managed to keep a hold of their base, despite the challenges coming from new far-right networks like Newsmax and OAN, who at one point were even beating them on certain hours during this whole election aftermath, the Fox people know at some level they are following that base as much as leading. Donald Trump was a big obvious example of this when he ran for president the first time. Remember, Fox tried to knock him down. Good old Rupert Murdoch, clearly. But of course, it didn't work. Trump beat them. They all bent the knee. They tried again after he lost the 2020 election to tell their viewers a little bit with the Arizona call, it's over. He lost. And amazingly, amid Trump's third bid for the presidency, they still have not learned their lesson. It's 8 years, we're seeing the same dynamic play out. I don't know how much Fox you watch, how much of the Murdoch empire you're sampling, but they are really, really intent on finding a Trump alternative. They pump up any other 2024 possibility but Trump. At some level, it makes perfect sense. Really, who are they kidding? I mean, look at the people who run the network. Suzanne Scott, the CEO, the on-air talent like Tucker Carlson, Rupert Murdoch, his son Lachlan. Do you think their social networks consist of typical Fox viewers? Do you think these people spend their time hanging out in like rural red America? Working class folks who live in places like East Palestine, Ohio? Are those the kinds of people joining them at their country clubs or hanging out with them in their Super Bowl boxes? Of course not. They are totally out of touch with these people, the people that watch their network. And at some level, they know that, and it stalks them, haunts them. Always worried that too much distance will grow up between them in their multi-million-dollar castles and the viewers out there in the countryside. And so here they are once about to go through the same song